Hey Erica, part 3. Pardon? So we've got so now we're going to whip into the tuning fork component. Ouch! Oh, that's funny. That is my life. That's all good. Okay, and once again, I'm 100% Erica. So I want to calm down that brow chakra from overworking. Let's go have a look. So it's tuning forks. What's the first priority? Lung, lung. So double lung. Lung, grief, guilt, regret, and that's where we started. Back with the flower essence.
Should she sleep between 1 and 3? Oh no, 3 and 5, sorry.
That's spleen. Okay, so lung, spleen. So spleen energy is mother energy of lung. So on that Shen cycle, it's sort of, so there's going to be, okay, let's go have a look, see what shows up. Interesting. So, okay. So I always think of everything as a bit of a metaphor as well. The two energies showing up in here are feeling swindled, something being stolen away from you, and feeling betrayed. So, sort of interesting energy. And yeah, the grief, sadness, loss. And on the other side of things is feeling rejected or refused with something. So the flower essence is Arizona white oak. It's a desert flower. Oh, and it's fear of moving forwards. Okay. And it's particularly wanting to move forwards with joy. So dissolve. So releasing sadness from the past and fear of moving forward. Right, okay. Now what do we want to do? Do we want to run this meridian, both meridians? This little guy? Yeah, and that. Is there anything else we want to do? Okay. I take responsibility for my attitudes and now choose to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively dissolve my sadness and my fear of moving forward into all-encompassing love. I make the commitment to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively access strength and stability to moving ahead in life with joy. I take responsibility for my attitudes and now choose to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively dissolve my fear of moving forwards, my sadness from the past, into all-encompassing love. I make the commitment to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively access strength and stability to move ahead in life with joy. I take responsibility for my attitudes and now choose to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively dissolve my fear of moving forward, my sadness, into all-encompassing love. I make the commitment to kindly, gently, lovingly, and supportively access strength and stability to move ahead in life with joy. That doctor I met this morning, he was talking about a huge bowl therapy that changes vibration in the body. And there's a practitioner down the Gold Coast who does a live blood and then 20 minutes of gong therapy and another live blood, and they see the changes that happens after energetic therapy, which is, pretty fabulous. Beautiful. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. Go back and recheck the adrenals. Hold. Hold. Beautiful. Survival. Deep survival. Hidden deep survival. Can you go in and check the immune system? Okay. So something's showing up in the immune system. Right. So the immune and inflammatory pathways aren't working optimally at the moment. So we'll just pick those little guys up. So once again, let's check the propensity for MCAS. Hold. 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 Beautiful. So much better. That's good. In relation to any and all issues with histamines. Hold. 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 We picked up a few of these the other day. In relation to optimal levels of DAO. Stomach, hold. Okay. Hold. So not quite optimal, but pretty bloody close. Okay. So a bit tender in here. So that's an area that helps the neurolymphatics associated with the stomach. Only showed up on the left. So run the stomach meridian. Now, just because it's out there as a thing, I'm going to recheck in relation to COVID mutations because it's mutating all the time. So I just want to ask the body around any and all COVID mutations. Hold. 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 So your body's doing pretty well with that, so no problem at all. And specifically what we now know after 2 years is that it's the spike protein that's causing most of the damage. So let's just ask around the spike proteins. Hold. 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 So there's an energy mismatch to the spike protein. The immune system isn't even recognizing it. So we'll pick up the immune system and get the body recognizing the spike protein so that it can do something about it. Beautiful. Okay, let's go have a quick look at your supplements. Okay. So, love the Power versus Force book, by the way. That's sort of, there was a course I did many years ago called, oh my gosh, what was it called? Map of Consciousness. No, that wasn't the course, but it used the map of consciousness from that book, David Hawkins, from Power versus Force, because during that he muscle tested like 1 million people over 20 years or something like that, and he actually found the frequencies of all the different emotions. So that's an amazing read, because at the time he was saying that it is, because he could feel by the end of the 20 years of muscle testing that the vibration on the planet of humans was raising.
Oh, good.
Well, you wonder what the last 2 years has done to that. But anyway, it's sort of like, it seemed to be like a bit of a, like over that 20 years, a higher vibration, which was a very good thing. But of those, that's the one I've read. Like, all of those supplements are showing up as being beneficial for you. None of them are saying that they're not beneficial for you. So there's magnesium, zinc, something for methylation, and D3. And I think one of the things that I would sort of, maybe because the body isn't recognizing the spike proteins, it's not a bad idea to be on something like N-acetylcysteine or glutathione daily, just to help your liver keep detoxing. And the kidneys really struggle with getting rid of the spike proteins as well. So vitamin C can be beneficial to really support the kidneys. So NACA's testing out. It's about 900 milligrams a day. So I think here in Australia, most capsules are around the 600. So you could do 2 one day, 1 the next, or 2 on weekdays, 1 on weekends, or something like that. And with the vitamin C, it needs to be a buffered vitamin C, so don't get a straight ascorbic acid, because that's too acidic and it eats away your gums and your tooth enamel and stuff like that. So you need a buffered vitamin C. Yeah, about 4 grams a day. And that helps as well with any COVID residue, getting it out of your lymph and your blood and your circulation, because that little spike protein can cause damage to your capillaries. So the vitamin C helps to protect your capillaries, take those little particles of viruses out of your bloodstream. But the D is amazing at that as well. We now know, again, and we sort of knew it like really early in the piece as well. But having good levels of vitamin D up around that 100 nanomoles or more is where we need to be. And people with autoimmunity need to be up around the 150 nanomoles. That's assuming you've got the same measurement in the US. Okay, so let me just muscle test these books and see which ones resonate with your body to have a read of. And hold. Okay. Hold. So yes to energy codes. Hold. Yes to power versus force. Okay, so they're the 2 out of those 4 books that are muscle testing up as being really good ones to kick into for you. Okay, Erica, thank you very much. Thanks, Alice, you're a champion. So actually underneath all that lymphatic congestion was a right-sided whiplash. So maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to see a chiro, just make sure that everything is in place, because there was a whole bunch of emotional gear in there as well, but there will be when you've been in chronic pain for a long time too. So we shall talk to you soon. Thank you.